Hello, I'm Daniel. I'm going to give a talk from the 37 practices of a Bodhisattva today. And these are just teachings designed to help us unleash our potential and be more wise, mindful, and compassionate. And I hope nobody gets hung up on the word Bodhisattva. It just means one who's trying to be more wise, mindful, and compassionate. And this verse is called Training in Meditative Concentration. Training in Meditative Concentration. And I'm going to read the verse, and then I'm going to comment on it. Having understood that clear seeing, fully endowed with peaceful resting, completely destroys negative emotions, it is the practice of bodhisattvas to cultivate a meditative concentration that truly transcends. I'll read that again. Having understood that clear seeing, fully endowed with peaceful resting, completely destroys negative emotions, it is the practice of bodhisattvas to cultivate a meditative concentration that truly transcends. So, what we're talking about is what's called the perfection of meditation. And this is really about concentration meditation. So meditation consists of two aspects. At least it's traditionally described as consisting of two aspects. And the first is sort of stopping. Our minds run through our whole lives chasing one idea after another. Stopping means to stop in the present moment, to settle our minds and be here now. Some people call it the monkey mind. It's because it's like a monkey going from branch to branch and never slowing down. And when we start to pay attention to our thinking, we realize, wow, my mind is a crazy person, right? We realize that a lot of thoughts come and go that we didn't even, like a thought comes and it's already gone. And then you realize, oh, why did I start thinking about that? And you can try to trace it back and it's hard to find. But the truth is, here now is all there really is. Everything is in this moment. And with this style of meditation, concentration meditation, we can calm our minds. We can practice mindful breathing, mindful walking, and mindful sitting. This is the practice of concentration helps train us to pay more attention in our lives, to live more deeply and touch deeper levels of our being. The other aspect of meditation is seeing clearly, looking deeply to see the true nature of things. That's where we cultivate an understanding of ourselves and the world around us. So I call them, I don't really call them anything, but we could call them stopping and seeing, or concentration and awareness, or the traditional names are shamatha and vipassana. I don't like using those words. So in any case, this is what a concentration meditation is. It's where you have a focus and you bring all your attention to that focus. And every time something comes to distract you and take you away from that focus, you just bring your attention back. A very popular one is breathing, focusing on the breath. And I think I'm gonna lead a mindfulness of breathing practice right now. But that's a very popular focus. But there are other focuses. Some people like to recite a mantra in their head. So you would just mentally note the word Om over and over in your head, and every time something comes up distracting you, just think Om, but not verbally. And there's longer ones too. That's just the easiest and simplest one. And you could use an English word as well and just think like peace, peace, but you think it, you don't say it. But so that's one form, and another form is following the breath, following a mantra, staring at a fire. That is I think it's a good one, and I don't think it's that popular, but I think that there's a reason why sitting out, going camping, when you're just sitting around a campfire not doing anything, I think there's a reason why that feels good to us. I think that is an sort of an accidental concentration meditation. So, all of that being said, let's go ahead and try to do a concentration meditation for a few minutes, okay? So I want you to, first of all, sit up as straight as you can. Posture matters a lot because when you start to slouch, you start to lose track of the meditation you're doing. I believe that. And so sitting up straight is important also. I don't think we should lounge. I have seen cases where people kind of sit like this and they're like, "Yep, I'm meditating," and I think, no, you're relaxing. An alert body makes an alert mind. That's what I think. So sit up as straight as you can. If you're in a chair, I'm in a chair right now. I don't like to do this when I meditate by myself, but when I lead these videos, I do sit in a chair. Normally, I like to throw a pillow or a cushion on the floor and sit on that, but I think sitting in a chair is fine. And if you're in a chair like me, firmly plant your feet on the floor. And if you're on a pillow on the floor or just on the floor, cross your legs. Cross your legs. There's many ways to cross your legs, and I generally do the half lotus, which is sort of pretend these are my legs. I've got one on top, one foot on top of my knee, and the other one underneath. A lot of people recommend both feet on top of your knees, which is very hard for me to do. But anyway, you're probably in a chair like me in any case. So if you happen to have a meditation space with a blank wall that you can face, I think that is the best. Blank wall, eyes open. But that said, I'm not in that situation right now. And if you're not in that situation, I think that's okay. Just close your eyes. And we will begin by taking 3 deep, heavy breaths. Last thing, it's important to have a plan for what to do with your hands. There's 2 different things I recommend. One, I call it the bowl. One hand on top of the other, thumbs gently touching, resting in your lap. Some people say it matters a lot what hand's on top. I disagree. I call it the bowl. Fancy people call it the cosmic mudra, which I think sounds absurd, but the bowl. And then the other option is just called relaxation. It's just hands in your lap. The point is you have a plan, because if you don't have a plan, it's very easy to fidget with your hands. So I want you to bring your attention. This is called mindfulness of breathing. Bring your attention to the breath coming into and out of your body. You can choose to focus on the breath coming into and out of your nose, or if it's easier for you, the rise and fall of your belly. Don't try to control it, but just pay attention to it. These are things that are happening all the time, but unless there's a problem, we don't really think about our breathing. That's what makes it a good focus for us. It's something that's with us all the time, but it's also something that, unless we have a problem, again, it's not that important to us, really. Just notice the breath coming and going. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. Breathe in, my belly rises. I breathe out, my belly falls. And every time something comes in to distract you, thinking about what you're doing later, or thinking about what you did earlier today, or wishing you weren't meditating right now, or thinking about checking your phone, or whatever comes into your mind, just bring your mind back to that in-breath. A lot of people find it really helpful to count. So to mentally note 1 on the in-breath, 2 on the out-breath. In 1, out 2. In 1, out 2. And the reason this is helpful is 1 is a really powerful anchor to return to. So we don't want to beat ourselves up when we struggle with the meditation, but we just want to go back to 1 on the next in-breath, because that 1 is always there. It is always there for us to return to. In 1, out 2. In 1, out 2. And we'll just sit like this for a few minutes. So, with that, I used to have a bell and I don't have it anymore. So I just say, now's the end of our meditation. And I want to thank you for listening to me and for hopefully you did the meditation with me. I hope you did. And I want to suggest that was called mindfulness of breathing. And I want to suggest the great thing about it is you don't need me or anyone else to guide you through it. Your breath is just there. You just know, oh, and pay attention to my breath. That's the instruction. So that's what I really like about it is you don't need someone else directing you to do it. You can just do it. And so what I want to suggest to you is that you try to do this practice tomorrow. Find a time of day that works that you can do consistently. A lot of people find it really helpful to do like right after they get up or right before they go to bed or eat or right after lunch. Those are the times people usually find helpful. I've found that if there's not consistency, it's really is easy to get off track and not do a meditation practice. So I want to encourage you to try to do that tomorrow and then again the next day if you can set aside a time to do it. And it's just bringing your attention to your breathing. It trains us to learn how to focus on one thing, to bring our concentration onto whatever we want to bring our concentration onto. And that's really a big first step that helps us to get ready to do other practices, but it has numerous benefits in itself as far as being aware of the world around us and paying attention and listening to people and focusing and many other things. So I do hope and encourage you to try it in some regular way for a little while. So that's it for today. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me, and thank you for meditating with me. Have a good day.